Alright, we should be going live in just about a second. Let me know in the chat if you can actually hear me. If you can, then from there I'll boot up the camera and Strike Force and what have you. Always a bit rusty at doing streams, so I'll take it one step at a time here. All good. Good stuff. That's hopefully us then, if you can hear me. Let me know about the audio volumes and what have you, because it's been quite a while since I've done a stream, so it might take a wee while to get them set up and what have you. Having just Jack Daniels as well. So, as mentioned, the reason I was actually going to do a stream tonight was nothing to do with all the drama that's going on at the moment. It was the fact that Torchlight 3's actually out. I'm a pretty big action RPG fan. You probably know that if you follow me from Marvel Heroes. But I was looking to stream that. But ultimately, I'll let you guys decide what you want to see. If you want to see some Strike Force, if you want to see some Super War, if you want to see some Torchlight as well. And then really we'll go from there with it. So let me know in the comments. Hey Karis, how's it going? I do have my Blitz and so on to do, so I can always run through my Blitz team just now. And as mentioned, if you guys want to see anything, just do let me know. I'm going to move myself over again, camera-wise a little bit. Let's see. Now, one of the reasons I'm actually setting up this stream as well is that we've got the Marvel Avengers War stream, which is coming in just 2 days, where they're going to stream 2 hours of the game. And what I was thinking of doing is actually streaming that stream and giving my reaction to it live, because I'm really pretty hyped for it, hoping it'll be a replacement for Marvel Heroes, and this was a test for it. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see, or if you would rather just watch the stream on your own and not have me actually interrupt it. Thanks everyone for tuning in anyway. Whole lot of messages here, which is nice to see. Very much appreciated. Jack Daniels, Mark. A little bit of lemonade in it, so that's near enough. I should probably be drinking it straight whiskey, but Jack Daniels will do. I've been having to drink it recently just with this whole crazy lockdown that's going on and being around the house and that. I've had my garden to keep me busy. I've been getting that looking good, and I've been having a few Jack Daniels and a few beers as well, what have you. It's kind of needs to be done in this day and age, to be honest. You need to keep yourself sane. Log on to Super War. Nice one, Dennis. Good stuff, Smokey. Oh, I'm so hyped for Avengers game. I really am. Fingers crossed it will fulfill the gap that Marvel Heroes has left. See my roster as well. Let me jump into the roster. I actually done a roster video the other day. I opened, I think it was around about 500 worth of Mega Orbs, or $500 worth of Mega Orbs. Got absolutely nothing, and showed off my roster at the end of it. I'll very quickly scroll through them just for the reason that I have actually shown it off before. So let me just go through here. I'm not going to run through all the characters. The time I done it in the video, I actually intended it to be about a 10-minute video, and it took about 15-20 minutes to run through the entire roster, because I'm forgetting how many heroes are actually in games these days. Edinburgh's nice, Glasgow's better. Edinburgh's like I don't know. I've only been to it a few times and I didn't like it. It's a bit too... Everyone's either a hipster or everyone's either a guy in a suit, whereas you go to Glasgow and everyone's just regular dudes. Although there are quite a lot of... I was going to say Jakies, you probably won't know what a Jakey is, but there's a lot of people that are a bit of a mess in Glasgow as well. But I do prefer Glasgow to Edinburgh, definitely. There we go. Just keep scrolling through here. I'll do some blitz matches as mentioned. If there's anything else you want to see, I've actually got my arena matches to do as well, and I'm using the Black Order for them, so they're doing pretty good. I've got them on defence. Don't know if they're doing too well, but there will be a selection of people that still aren't too sure how to really manage them. That's the reason I'm doing them. I'm not going to go hard on the Negasonic milestones, because one of my alliance mates worked it out. It was something like 200 blitz matches a day you needed to max it out. So I could have done with the materials for tier 14, but I don't have that time. I don't have the time to do that at all. Newcastle, nice one. You're in the north of England then, so that's good, you're fine. It's just as you get further down, I'm not sure about the people down there, but up in the north you're all good. You may as well, yous are almost like Scots in a way, in the north of England. Yeah, I cannot wait for the Avengers game. Dark Dimension 3, I'll show you my current progress before we jump into anything. I'm actually doing alright. I probably will do a video on it because there's a lot of big mistakes you can make in Dark Dimension 3. But here I am. So it's node number 7, the notorious node where if you leave the 2 Iron Fists up, you get absolutely hammered because you just can't damage them through the amount of heals that's actually going on. So it's something you don't want to do if you do hit that particular node. Thankfully, an alliance mate again let me know about that, so I took them down, or I took the one down that appeared as soon as I could. So the characters that are left here, a fair amount of X-Men, so there's going to be a lot of synergies going on there. Jean is actually good to keep up in Dark Dimension 3 because what happens is you can clone her if you take Mr. Sinister in, because this is global, and then you get the 20% health steal, and the actual level of her doesn't matter, the level of the clone, it's a flat 20%, so that's a little tip there anyway, and that's something I'm using. But I've managed to get through for nodes 1 to 4. If you have round about 5 characters, I would say use Jean along with 2 characters, and then spend 50 cores to refresh Jean, and then use Jean with a further 2 characters, and you're doubling up the damage you're doing each day. From there, I've got 4 cosmic characters available. I'm probably not going to take in a 5th, because let me show you the 4 that I've got available. They're looking pretty tasty at the moment. And then I really need to work on my city. I've got no one at tier 14 at the moment for that. Naughty Time, I'm not sure where that is, but you're tuning into the stream, so I'll let you off anyway. Let's have a look here. I'm not sure how far down south that is. You hit a certain point when I go, not sure about you anymore. I'm kidding, of course. So let's see. Cosmic, we've got Captain Marvel, 111,000. Invisible Woman, 110. Thanos, 105. The reason I've really went in on Thanos is, of course, you get an empowered version with all the Black Order members, and he's just an absolute beast. And then we've got Minerva as well. So the plan was to actually take in Sif, but if I take in Sif, then it means for the City team, I jump over to it, she's using materials that Punisher would potentially use. So let me show you the City characters. So City, I'm probably going to take in, when you look at the different materials they need, I'll take in Ghost Rider for Mystic, I'll have Punisher for sure. Punisher and Luke Cage don't require a lot of materials for Dark Dimension 3, so they're good to take in. Luke Cage is actually a really good character, because you've got the 2 tons of defence up, and then I've got my 6 red star symbiote Spidey, who is an absolute beast. I don't have the 6 red star on him yet, but he's 88,000, and you can see all his abilities are maxed out, and I'm really pretty close to getting him to tier 14 as well, so that will be nice there. That's fine, 4 hours away, you're fine, you can stay. Right, let's jump in. Let me do some blitz here. I've already done the milestones for these ones here, but what I'll do, I'll run through some of the teams I've actually got. If I get more points, then I might actually then get more red stars anyway. Let's see if we can get some decent teams here. Show off the Black Order, absolutely pumping everyone. Again, as mentioned, I do have Super War available if anyone wants to see that. I actually just unlocked Thanos in it, and he's pretty amazing. He's really fun to play, and I've got Torchlight free. And once again, that's the reason I was actually doing a stream tonight, was to show off Torchlight free. But I figured I better put on Super War first, get people coming in and watching in the first instance. Right, let's see. So you always want to take out Shocker here. I'll probably be worse than normal, because I've had a few Jack Daniels, and also I am trying to keep an eye on the chat as well. So let me off for any mistakes I make, although when you're running this Black Order team, you've got a whole lot of leeway with any mistakes you're making there. Absolutely hammering the Sinister Six here. So has anyone actually worked out I want to double check, worked out the Negasonic milestones? Is it indeed around about 200 matches? If you're looking to max it out, if that is the case, then I'm a day down already, so I'm probably a bit late, but if that is the case, then that's fine, that I'm not actually going for it. There we go, for Thanos. We didn't get the snap or anything like that there, because we didn't get a lot of times with this team you don't get as far enough to actually to get the snap if he finishes the match with his ultimate and he downs all the remaining characters. It is amazing to see. It's not often these days I actually give credit to Fox Next, but I really love the Black Order. I think they're absolutely awesome. So let's run through some different teams here. Let's go in and pummel the defenders. I just realised there I need to scroll down in this chat, so apologies if I missed any messages. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, Marvel Omega. Definitely. Tell me about it. I did put something like 3,000 hours into that game, and to be honest, I could still play it more. I really could. It was just that kind of game with the number of characters and the number of builds. And the funny thing about Marvel Heroes Omega was that the only reason that I played it when it first came out, and it was absolutely awful, hated it, uninstalled it really quick. Now the only reason I went back to it is for some point in time, I'm not sure quite why, but I was really obsessed with collecting Steam badges, and you had to get achievements in games or play games to get the Steam badges, and you never really got that much from them, but I was quite obsessed with getting them. So I'd worked through a lot of my games, and one of the games I didn't have any badges for was Marvel Heroes Omega. So I went back in to get some badges, and then where are we from there? We're something like 3,000-4,000 hours if you add in the console as well, the time I actually played it. Something like 1,000 videos, or close to that actually, done for Marvel Heroes Omega, and I've got the channel and so many written guides all on the back of it as well, which is quite funny considering it was just for some Steam badges. Right, let's see, I'm going to go up against Asgardians here. Phoenix for D3 is absolutely fantastic. I take it at the moment, John, you've not entered Dark Dimension 3 at all. Let me know, and then I'll come back to you in a second based on that. Gives me time to think as well about any advice I should give. Yeah, 60 to 65 orbs to finish the milestones. Power Armor 2 against Red Skull. I've not used it in War yet, because when I actually show off the Power Armor team, the one I showed off before, the 420,000 power, it's not actually my own account that I showed off there, so I don't have a chance to show that. Marvel Alliance was a Facebook game, I believe, and it was actually one that Valley Flying covered, which is quite funny. Probably not a lot of you actually know that, but he covered that game for a good while. And then he got unlucky like myself, where game shut down. And then you just need to carry on. You just need to go on with it if you enjoy doing videos and doing guides, and that's certainly what I've done. Let's go for this one here. Nice palette cleanser, Chris. Yeah, Avengers Alliance, the Facebook game. I believe they've done 2 of them. I never actually played them. Don't know why, because I'm a huge actual fan of Marvel and Marvel games and what have you. Played all the Ultimate Alliance games, of course. I played a lot of Ultimate Alliance 3, but I've not touched it since I finished the videos for it, because there's just simply not enough depth there with it, which is disappointing. Let's see. Here we go. It's not tier 8 Blitz yet, but even still, we absolutely hammered Asgardians there. I really do love Black Order. I think they're up there with X-Men as one of the best offensive teams in the game, and all my resources, once I start spending again, because I'm not spending, and when I say spending I mean gold, I'm not spending gold at the moment because I'm saving up for the, there's my guinea pigs again, because I'm saving up for the next Symbiote Spidey milestones. In regards to real spending, I've not spent since the strike actually started. I stopped then, and I've not been back to it at all. Let's try them against Brotherhood. It's tier 7, see how we got on. Yeah, second version on iPad, okay. I know they were quite popular, and I think they were very similar to Marvel Strike Force in a lot of ways. Aye, yeah, yep, Mark. Strike Force in 2D, 3 characters instead of 5, okay. 3 doesn't leave a lot of room for Theorycraft in there, but I do hear a lot of good words about it. Ultimate Alliance 3 was really disappointing. Not only for the fact that my videos that I do on it get amazing views, and the game's kind of dead now, unfortunately, which is a pain. I think my guide to XP farming's up at something like 90,000 views, which is pretty amazing. A lot of the beginner's guide had done around about 20,000, and Team Ninja just seemed to want to put out the game and just be done with it, unfortunately. Now we'll get rid of Pyro because he'll be doing some cleanse, and then he goes. He's down straight away. 220 wins per day. Absolute nonsense. Well, I say absolute nonsense. Complete and utter garbage, let's be honest. It's ridiculous. Back in January they talked about, obviously it was just complete rubbish, but they talked about reducing low content, or what's the word I'm even looking for? I don't know. Low something screen time. Screen time when you're not doing an awful lot and it's not fun. They talked about removing that. When I was an Envoy, they actually talked about it as well. But I think the money men in charge are more interested with seeing that people are playing the game, or bots are playing the game for 14 hours a day, because it makes their game look good. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. But 220 matches, that's just silly. So let's just catch up with chat here. Marvel Battle Lines, yeah, I played that for a bit as well. It was alright, I would say, probably 7 out of 10. But that got shut down quick. It really did, yeah. And I think there's another, actually, yeah, I remember a while back, maybe a month back or so, I seen another Marvel card style game that's coming out, and it's one-on-one cards, and I was thinking, this looks an awful lot like Battle Lines, which got shut down after they took a fair amount of money from people. So I'd be very wary of that there. Let's have a look here. I'm in Dark Dimension 3 and have Proxima Gear 14 and Earth 14, but you say Red Star Ebony Maw for Steel or 6-star Thanos would do more. Let me get and look at the cosmic characters here, because this is cosmic, I presume, or you'll be using them in cosmic anyway in time. Let's see. So your Black Order are going to do really good in offense and arena. They do pretty good in defense as well, but they're going to do exceptionally well in offense. Your Black Order can also take out. They can take out the mercs in war. I suppose you're talking about upgrading both of the characters. I'd personally go for the Thanos, because the way the Black Order works is, if I actually show off my Black Order characters right now, they're not the highest levels. Thanos is 105,000. Cull Obsidian is only 44,000, which means as a tank he's not offering a lot, but the full team is empowering Thanos. So you can have a Black Order team that's not necessarily that strong, but if you go in with 100,000 power and powered Thanos, and he's getting his 2 adjacent attack, basic attacks at the start of the game, you're absolutely smashing the opposing team straight away. So go for Thanos. That's what I would go for anyway, just when I'm getting asked off the top of my head here. Hey, good to see you, Rain. Hope you've been good, mate. I've been all good. Just getting on with it. Nothing else really for it at the moment, to be honest. You just need to get on with it. I do know Ebony Maw's got that. I see someone talking about it. I know he's got the lifesteal, but the fact that lifesteal is actually capped by his 25% of his maximum health makes him a lot less useless, or less useful even, than Minerva. Minerva's getting a flat 15% of characters now. In total he would get 15%, but it's still capped. Each attack at 3% is still capped by 20% of his own max health, which is far lower. So I don't know. Personally, I would say Thanos. I could be wrong. Let me know if I am. Cheers, Rain. I've actually bought... I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I probably shouldn't, I'll get slagged, but I'm actually one of these people that buy beard oils now, because my beard was feeling really quite dry. So I went on Amazon and ordered some beard oils for it. Make it feel a little bit better. Plan is just to keep growing it down, get a Ragnar Lothbrok style beard, so we'll see how that gets on. I reckon I'll have enough time to do it, because I think second wave is coming by the looks of it. Oh, the level cap with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was just silly. It was just basically a lazy way to add content. That's the way I see it, with them increasing that there. Let's go back in, and I'll do some more Blitz matches anyway. And again, if you guys want to see the likes of Super War or Torchlight, let me know. If I'm doing Super War, I maybe can't keep my eye on chat as much, because it's a lot more hectic. This is a pretty passive game. You can just read chat and you can stop for a minute. Super War is constant. It's like 15 minutes of having to stare at your phone, otherwise you'll get absolutely smashed. Tona's rumours about Gambit, I'm pretty sure, will be 100% true, because he's clearly got a pretty good mole within Fox Next. And there's a really funny story about that mole when he got a whole lot of hassle about it a long time ago. If anyone wants to know it, let me know, because it is quite funny. 100% Tona has a very legitimate mole within Fox Next that feeds him a lot of information. So Gambit will be coming. If Tona said it, he will be coming. Let's see. Right, okay, so Maw for DD free and Thanos for the other modes. Yeah, it's just weighing it up. As mentioned, you've got the fact that Thanos and the Black Order do really good against the Mercs, which means you don't have to invest in X-Force, which I wouldn't actually recommend, although it might turn out you need them for the next Legendary, which will be a pain, but I'm not investing in them at all. And if I miss the next Legendary, then so be it, really, because if you've seen the Blitz video I done, they really don't offer much in Blitz at all. They can't auto tier 8, and that's what I'm looking for in teams, because I'm really looking to auto about as much of the game as I actually can. Let's see. The way it works, off the top of my head, again, I could be wrong, because it's been a long day and I've had a few Jack Daniels, but with Ebony Maw, I did work it out. I'm pretty sure I worked it out for his first impressions, how much he potentially would get. But he'll steal up to, let's say you go up against a character in Dark Dimension that's got 1 million health. Now, he would steal in the first instance, he would steal 3% of that 5 times. But each of those 3% is capped by 25% of his health. So let's use this example. Let's say a character had, I can't believe I'm trying to do maths this late at night, but a character had 1 million health. And if you were to steal 3% uncapped, oh, why have I started to do this? What would that be? Such a long day. It's 30,000 or 300,000, let me know, but you know what I'm meaning here. Now, from that, if his health was 100,000, you would only be stealing 25%, which would mean each tick of it would cap out at 25,000 health. So that's my understanding of it. Let me know. Second wave, I'm talking about coronavirus. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure. I won't talk about it too much because it seems to have turned into a political issue, unfortunately, and I don't want to assume we go in that direction, but I'm pretty sure we're getting a second wave. But again, means I can have an awesome beard by the end of it. So if you're missing Vikings, Mark, watch The Last Kingdom on Netflix. That's absolutely awesome. Doglock as well. I believe Tona confirmed that, so once again, if he confirmed it, then it will be coming. What makes me say about the second wave, if that's what that question is the fact that an awful lot of countries that have opened up, you've got, again, I don't want to talk about this too much because people probably try to escape it, but you've got like Beijing and so on, they've opened up their schools, and then they're starting to see an increase of cases, and it's starting to spread again as they've done that, and they've had to close the schools down. And then you've got America, which is just absolutely insane. It's a Wild West and it's out of control, and numbers are going through the roof. They've never actually dipped there. I think they've just been on a really big first wave. So yeah, we know a lot more about it now, so hopefully it means fatality rate will be a lot lower now that we know a lot more about it. But again, it's turned into a political issue, unfortunately, which is pretty crazy. So I won't talk about it too much. I'll go back to talking about numbers. Let me see. So I can't believe we're getting into maths this late. For me, it's actually 11 o'clock at night. I've been doing a lot today. So it'd be 3% of 25,000 instead of 3%. It would cap out at his maximum. So the reason I gave the 100, this is again my understanding of it, the reason I gave the example of his health was 100,000. You would take 3% from another character, which could be way higher than 25% of Ebony Maw's. Meaning it caps out, in that instance, if you use 100,000, then it would cap out at 25,000, so it's far lower. The likes of Phoenix gets your full 20%, the likes of Minerva gets a full 15%, but I'm pretty certain they've actually capped it out there. Distribution to the team, right? Need to check that. I need to get somebody that's in Dark Dimension 3 with Ebrimo, because as mentioned, I'm not saying here, yes, I'm 100% correct about this at all. I'm always open to more details. Hey Wham, how's it going? Yeah, you don't see streams from me often, to be honest. It was originally, I've said it a few times, but it was originally Torchlight 3. I was going to actually put on, because it's just out today, I think, possibly. But it says I'd put on Marvel Strike Force first. What I'd love for Dr. Octopus, and I actually mentioned this when I was talking about the Sinister Six characters and reviews, is a lot of their attacks attack adjacent characters. I believe you've got that with the likes of Shocker, you've got it with Rhino. Now if Dr. Octopus done what Magneto does and he pulled all the characters together so that every adjacent attack essentially is turning into attacking all enemies, then it's really going to pull Sinister Six up a fair bit. I think that's the first thing you need to do with them, because they do feel a bit lacking, Sinister Six. And Dr. Octopus would need to be really powerful, but in the first instance do that, have Doc Ock pull them all together, all your adjacent attacks are then hitting all targets, and then just really various other attacks from there as well. The Tawna story is a really funny one in that within like the content creator chat and so on, there was a particular period in time, and I can't remember why, but Casino was getting an awful lot of flack about the fact that he had inside sources, and before any of the other envoys or creators could actually talk about anything, he'd already spoiled and talked about it. So one of the creators that was really pushing the fact that this wasn't fair, I personally didn't feel it was really that fair in others, one of the creators was really pushing the fact that it wasn't fair, was Tawna. Now, around the same time, he came out with, I can't believe I'm talking about it again, but that's pretty funny, he came out with a prediction of Mantis's kit and how it would actually look. Now, every single element of the kit, you're talking the basic, the special, the ultimate, and the passive, he essentially got it 100% correct, which showed the fact that he also had an insider as well. But what he was doing, rather than flat out coming out and saying, yes, I've got an insider, here's what's coming next, he was pretending to actually predict what was coming next, but he was being 100% correct about it. So it just seemed quite funny that he was giving someone else a lot of hassle about it when he was actually doing the same thing, but he was just doing it in a roundabout way. But that was the story there. It was really quite funny at the time when we did look at the prediction he gave for Mantis, and I kid you not, everything was exactly the same, absolutely everything, and there's no way you can get that much of a kit correct. Yes, you can look at kits and get an idea from the character, an idea the way the game's going, but you're not going to guess every single ability exactly right, and that's what happened there. So let's see. YouTube my full-time job? No, not at all. I work full-time in the financial sector. On top of this, currently I can work from home, so that's absolutely awesome. So I'm really lucky in that regard, and I've got 2 young kids as well, which, to be honest, is a full-time job in itself, having to juggle it with a wife because she works full-time. So I'm either juggling doing the full-time job, or I'm juggling looking after the kids on my days off. And a lot of times when if you see a first impressions video from me, the chances are I've actually recorded it on my lunch break from work. So I've had to set up the whole system for recording, I've had to figure everything out and record it in an hour. So that's why sometimes I get a bit tetchy when people give me a hard time about missing anything in a first impressions, because I'm like, I've recorded this in my hour break from lunch, give me a frickin' break. But that's why, so you know anyway. But let's see who else we've got here. I'm not really concentrating on this at all, the actual game. So if it's anything you do want to see game-wise, but do let me know. I suppose for the Sinister Six, you're going to have to drop a character. Now, one thing I've seen on Reddit, and this sounds amazing, and it'll be a real missed disappointment, they are the Sinister Six. The cap in the game is 5. Now, what if when you get Dr. Octopus, you put him in your roster, and whatever Sinister Six character you're missing drops in as well? So the fact Sinister Six feel that they're falling behind, go for Dr. Octopus with pulling all the characters together. You wouldn't need to make him massively overpowered, but allow you to have Dr. Octopus and 5 other Sinister Six characters, making it the Sinister Six, and that's your team. How good does that sound? I would say that sounds pretty awesome, to be honest. I'm not taking credit for that. It was someone else on Reddit that came up with that. That sounds amazing. That for me is the solution, because having to drop a character, they're called the Sinister Six at the end of the day, and it would be a really unique mechanic for them to actually do that. Let's keep going on with Blitz here. I've watched The Boys. It certainly is awesome. As Homelander's the main guy. I don't know if you've watched Banshee, Saberwolf. It's the same guy, Anthony Starr. Is that right off the top of my head? Banshee's incredible. 4 seasons of it, I believe. It's either 3 or 4. Season, I think it was everything apart from the last season that was incredible, and it's some of the best fight scenes you actually seen on TV. And then for the final season, the main guy, Anthony Starr, just said he wasn't really up for the fight scenes anymore, and it was really disappointing, and it had a pretty terrible ending. But other than that, watch the everything rather than the penultimate season of Banshee, and you're in for an absolute treat. Really good show. Let me hit auto. I'll catch up with the messages again. Yep, hopefully someone can leave a message, Hylian, in regards to Ebony Maw and how that actual lifesteal does work. So it has no cap. If it's got no cap, that's awesome. Well, I'm not an envoy anymore, Thomas. I stepped away because I'm a stubborn idiot who likes to shoot himself in the foot over his principles, which is, I was really enjoying the test centre access, and it really would have helped me, but there was a lot of stuff going on in the envoy chat and a lot of anti-player sentiment going on that I didn't agree with, so I stepped back for that. And it's one of these things where it's definitely harmed the channel, because the max level streams I was doing were doing really well, but I was waking up in the morning and I was thinking, I don't want to be part of this program where some of the stuff that was, some of the comments that were getting made about players in the game who ultimately keep channels running, they were really pretty disgusting, and there wasn't a massive amount of people speaking up against it. So yeah, I decided to leave on the reason for that. So it's one of these things I had to balance against my principles and how I was feeling about it personally against the game, and the channel has lost out as a result of it, but I can look myself in the mirror, as I say. And I couldn't if I was still an envoy, to be honest. I don't think I could, to be honest. Let's see. A good Kree team. I think Kree have just fell too far behind, unfortunately. There's a few teams that are like that. Kree are one of them. I don't think it's worth investing too much into them at all, to be honest. Okay, I'll definitely, like, if someone tests it in the comments below and we find out about Ebony Maw, I'll look to pin it in this video, because he's been the highlight of the discussion about him, how he actually works there. Okay. Raider Outlaws, I recognise that name, I'm sure, from a few years ago. And I can't really see your symbol now, but it used to be an American football helmet, is that right? If so, I've got a pretty good memory remembering that, because that was a name I'm sure I remember from Marvel Heroes. Exactly, we're stubborn, sometimes to our own detriment, unfortunately, but yeah, I would rather be like that. At the end of the day, I'm a kind of stubborn person, and I'm the kind of person that I've got myself into a lot of trouble in work over being pretty principled about things at times, but that's me. I'm not going to change. Too old to change now, so you need to put up with it. Here we are, we're on 8.3 on Blitz. I actually need to do some arena, so let me jump in and do that. I've not done any arena matches yet. I better get these out. Let's see. Can punch up a fair amount with the Black Order. Try and avoid Hela. I'll go for this one here. It's not too big a punch up, it's only 40,000. We'll use a Black Order team. Good stuff, mate. I knew I definitely recognised the name. Good to see some Marvel Heroes, ex-Marvel Heroes players. You looking forward to Avengers, Outlaw? Too stubborn to change. Too old to change. Here we go. Take out Eminimo first here, hopefully. And then actually, could be worthwhile taking out Sinister before he clones a character, which could be a bit of a pain. I'm not going to take out Maw, but I'll go for this anyway. Sinister down. Country-wise, Scotland. City-wise, been living for a while, or lived in a while in the same place as Jared Butler. So I'll shout this as Sparta later maybe if we want. Yeah, I'll be playing Avengers Project. The reason I'm setting up this stream, Raiders, is that there's a big massive 2-hour stream for Avengers Project in 2 days time or something like that. And what I'm planning to do is actually do a live viewing in that stream and give my reaction during it. So that's the reason I was testing this out first. Make sure I've got all this set up right, and there's a fair amount you need to actually do. It's not as easy as you would think streaming. Set up your camera, set up your lights, set up your sound. You need to set up your OBS. You then need to go into YouTube and you need to pull your chat out of that to set it up, and it's a fair amount. So this is us testing it tonight. I've pre-ordered it on PC and PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 gets me early access to the beta, and PC I'll probably be playing it on it because I upgraded my PC not that long ago and it's a pretty nice machine I've got. I can play a lot of games at 4K on 60 frames and what have you, and I'd like to play the Avengers game on that. So we'll go for this because we'll be reducing the speed bar on Phoenix. 48,000 damage plus a bleed as well there. Oh, she gets full health from that steel. That's a pain. We're going to have to eat her next attack. Nothing I can do about that. Got a fence down on it, so that's awesome. Yeah, the Cosmic Trials were fun. Cyberwolf, absolutely loved doing them. Let's go for this here. For a while as well, I remember when I would do the streams where there would be a new character out in console and we'd take them to 0 to 60 in a stream, which would probably take about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we would go in, because I had a lot of gear saved up from other characters, and we would actually look to, let's just go for this here, we would look to pass the Cosmic and Mega Trial as well, just coming up with a build on the fly, and we've done it a few times. These streams will probably still be available. That was real fun doing it. I think maybe the last one I'd done it for, I'm not even sure if we got Loki. I don't think we did get Loki in game. He got his rework on PC and he was really good, but I don't think it ever made it through to game, unfortunately. I don't have the PlayStation VR. I was actually looking at the Valve Steam VR for Half-Life. I can't remember the name of it. It's not a Half-Life Alexa. Something like that. The next Half-Life game essentially, which is supposedly amazing in VR, but if you buy the Steam one, it's about £800 or something, so I might need to save up. I might need to be getting a few more views on the channel before I can go in and actually buy anything like that. But I was tempted. I'm not really convinced by it. I imagine that a game made by Valve and using an £800 VR system will be pretty amazing. I'm not convinced that a VR game made by other developers on much cheaper software would actually be that great. And I'd want my first experience to VR to be a really good one, and that's what I'm sure the Half-Life game is offering. Half-Life Alyx, that's the one. There we go. I was close there, but I've watched some videos and it's mind-blowing. Looks absolutely exceptional, it really does. See you later, Raider. It was good to see you, mate. Pop back in when Avengers is out. Cheers, Brian. I'm only honest because I'm too tired most of the time for any bullshit or anything like that. That's the main reason I'm honest. Well, not really, but it's one of the reasons. Yeah, Black Order are just amazing. I could have done a higher punch-up, and I need to do one more match before midnight, so I will do a higher punch-up as well. Let me see if I've got any raids to do here. Well, not actually joined yet. I'll show you the team I'm using for raids, and I just auto this team, which means I can just read the chat, having a lot of drink as well. So the team I'm using, they get me pretty far. You've got Minerva, Captain Marvel, and you've got your free symbiotes. Free symbiotes are amazing for raids, and I'm hoping we get another one. But let me hit this, hit auto, And I'll just relax for a minute here. Yeah, I need to see more about the Avengers game, definitely, because it looks a lot like Anthem, and that's a little bit worrying, because Anthem didn't do too well, but if done right, and a lot of games are elevated by the Marvel IP, by how much people actually love them, because to be honest, if you look at Strike Force, with everything it's done, let me put my phone this now, I'm doing this, Strike Force, if it didn't have the Marvel IP, it'd be dead by now. So the Avengers game, fingers crossed it'll be awesome, but even if it's a 7 out of 10 game, I would say Marvel IP actually adds on a point or two to that as well and pulls it up. PS5 day one, don't think so, to be honest. Like, at the moment I've recently upgraded to PC, as mentioned, so PC's sitting really nice. It can play The Witcher 3 in 4K 60 frames, which is amazing. What a game. And I've got the Xbox. I bought that for a game of cover for a while, and I can't think of the name of it offhand now, but it's just really used for Lego Ninjago and Minecraft. The kids use it now. I've got the PlayStation 4, which we just use for Disney Plus. I've got the Switch for Ultimate Alliance 3, but I don't play that anymore. The wee man just uses the Switch to watch YouTube at night when he's in bed, and that's it. But my gaming really happens on the PC, but I have got all of them. I'm not one of these people I wouldn't dedicate myself to a single console. If there's platform exclusive games that look really good, then I'll get that other platform to actually play them. Well, that's the thing with Anthem. They're doing a complete rework on it, aren't they? They're not abandoning it. I think they'll be trying to release the Anthem 2.0. I don't know if when they do that, they'll maybe release a free-to-play version, something along the lines of that, and hopefully it will massively improve it, but I know they're not abandoning it, which is interesting. But a lot of times, and actually we've talked about Marvel Heroes tonight, but a lot of times when a game when it has a bad start, it never really recovers, because Marvel Heroes was terrible when it first came out, and then they actually made it really good. But 2-3 years in, it was exceptional. But by that point, even though they rebranded it to get new Metacritic scores, a lot of people just weren't going back to it because they'd heard all the bad stuff when it initially came out. So I think, I don't know, Anthem could be like that. But was it Final Fantasy 14? It was like that. That was a terrible game when it came out, and they took it away a few years. They rebranded it, and that's still doing exceptionally well. So maybe that rule doesn't actually always apply there. Yeah, the Miles Morales game does certainly look good. So I believe it's an expansion for the Spider-Man game rather than a new game. But the fact that it's a new character and he'll have a new skill set, it's going to feel like a new game. It just might not have as much content, but that'll definitely be good there. A lot more room for, I suppose, stealth mechanics and so on. The fact that Miles can use stealth, so that'll probably add a lot more to it. A little spin on it, I suppose. Less combat orientated, more stealth orientated potentially. So you can see this team anyway. It requires a little bit of guidance, but overall it's nice and easy really for going through your first few nodes and raids. Yeah. See, I'd never played Anthem. I did like the look of it, and I know I can sign up to whatever the Origin service is, Origin Vault or something like that. I can sign up to that to try it out, but not really that interested. Quite intrigued by the Star Wars game. I'm so bad for remembering names of things tonight. The Star Wars game that was out recently that was a bit like Dark Souls. Quite intrigued about maybe getting Origin access. That's the one, Origin access for that. £15 for a month, and I could always blast through that new Star Wars game. Maybe try out a couple of the Battlefields I've not tried recently, and then maybe have a quick look at Anthem as well there. Alright, okay, standalone game. Half the time of Spider-Man. Yeah, until Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 has to be Venom and stuff like that, and Carnage. That would be awesome. Absolute brilliant game. I was actually playing through, 5 years late, but I was playing through Batman Arkham Knight. I'm actually still playing it at the moment. I've just recently finished it, getting all the Riddler trophies. A very similar game to Spider-Man, the way the combat flows in the city and all the gadgets, and what a game, masterpiece. I bought it when it first came out. Performance was absolutely terrible, never went back to it. A few days ago, decided to go back to it after 5 years, and yeah, absolute masterpiece. That's gaming done right, it really is. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Anthem, although a lot of the time it is my my Marvel games that eat up my time. And I'm hoping the Avengers game will be one. Right, from here I need to actually start playing this, but I'm hoping the Avengers game will be one that kind of reignites my enthusiasm for playing games again. A game that I could play for thousands of hours and never get bored. That's the way I could be with Marvel Heroes. I've never seen Into the Spider-Verse, which is pretty criminal, to be honest. Still not got around to seeing it, unfortunately. I think it's on Disney Plus, and if it is, I will watch it. I'm pretty sure it is actually, and I tried to mention to the kids to watch it and they weren't interested. I don't know why. I thought they'd love it because it's an animation in Spider-Verse, but I'll just tell them they're watching it. Don't give them any choice. So Venom you want to take out first here because he's got the heal block. My own Venom's actually pretty low there, but get a spot of healing on him here. And let's go for the bleed here. Go for Carnage next. Let's go for the ability block on Luke Cage. I absolutely love the symbiotes in raids. They are a team that I'm putting a lot of resources into for how good they are. Punisher next because he will absolutely demolish me. Oh, what happened there? That normally doesn't happen. I can normally do this one alright. Smash there. I can send in the Black Order to mop up. We only really go to around about 60%. We'll go to in this. This is Ultimus 7, the second difficulty. Seems like a huge jump. Yeah, I'm getting absolutely smashed here. We decided to do... Let's go for this. We decided to do the 100% on Tier 1 of Ultimus 7 and we smashed it. It was a lot easier than we thought. We had it done in about 10 hours or something. And then this 20% or supposed 20% jump in difficulty, we're absolutely getting hammered. Feels much higher than 20%, it really does. Because you go for smashing it to getting absolutely hammered on these nodes. Let's go over here. I could always, if you get bored of Strike Force, let me know and I could do a Super War match. And I'm quite wanting to put on Torchlight 3 to actually try that out as well. I just downloaded that tonight. The reviews unfortunately aren't very good on it, but I do like myself an action RPG game. Hammered there. That was disappointing. Captain Marvel, let me think. It was the initial milestones you got her through. You got 100 shards if you were playing a long time ago, due to the player that finished Dark Dimension 3. And then they had milestones for her. Other than that, it's your milestone orbs. You get a very low chance of getting shards for her. That's the only other way, unfortunately. Let me go in and do the Black Order to mop up here. Where are they? In the top. There we go. Yeah, Hawkeye or Blade. Hey John, how's it going? Hawkeye or Blade, definitely. It's just the fact he's... I can't remember what movie it was. Was it Age of Ultron? He's talking about the fact that you've got a god out there and what have you, and he's just the guy with a bow. That's what I like about him. Underdog. Always liked underdogs. I suppose Scotland are underdogs in just about everything they participate in. So that's maybe the reason for that there. Really hoping for Hawkeye in the Avengers game. Because I'm excited for it. But if Hawkeye was coming out, I'd be a whole lot more excited than I am. He, without a doubt, will be a character that if he did come out, he'd be my main. I'd be spending a whole lot of time, and I'd be hopefully looking to have one of the best Hawkeye characters, or one of the best Hawkeye players in the world, to be honest. I'd be wanting to put a lot of time into him. So, not from a skill perspective, I'm not going to say, I'm not fooling myself in that regard, but just from, it's a kind of game that looks like it's theory crafting your builds and your gear, so I would spend a whole lot of time on Hawkeye to get the best possible gear and the best possible build, and then hopefully excel with it. There's a Black Order, smashing up raids there. San Diego, very nice. California, how's things over there? Bit mental, I imagine. There we go, another match done. I'll jump back now, I'll see if the next arena match is available. Let's have a look. If not, it should be available soon. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Let's see if we can get a punch up. A good one. We're 329,000 power. I'm not going to go for a 480,000 power team. Not going to go for that. Let's go for this one. Cleric King I'm going to go for on the right hand side. Let's see if we can take them down. So that's a fair jump there. It's about 100,000 power jump. Let's see if we do it or get close to it. This new stream setup's actually pretty good on YouTube. Ever since they've done their work, you can actually see your stream going on at the same time and what have you, which is pretty nice. You couldn't do that before. You're always worried if the stream was actually working. So that's good. Let's go. Better stop chatting here. Character wise, we'll go for Hela. Nice, she's going down pretty quick. Then after that, Invisible Woman could be a pain. Oh wow. Took out Captain Marvel as well there. That was nice. What the heck? Wow, that's crazy. Right, so we're going to just take the barrier there, unfortunately. Nothing I could do about that. Nothing to flip with Thanos in a moment, so we'll attack in the middle. Now, let's see if we can get a stun here. Yeah, we got it. It said resisted though, which is strange. And then we still got it. Okay, let's go for this. And then it would be good to take out, let's see, Black Bolt, but he's got the fence down anyway, so for that reason I'm actually going to focus on Phoenix. Hopefully take her out before she can do anything. Invisible Woman's going to be stealthing up Phoenix in a moment, yeah, but I can flip all that for Thanos. Fair amount of damage there. Let's go for this, because it increases our turn meter, I believe, or if nothing else it reduces our team's turn meter. Phoenix is down. Let's flip this. So that was something like 100,000 punch up there. Yeah, Quicksilver would have been good. Although how would you do Quicksilver in an action RPG? I think you can do them in a game like this where everything slows down, because they've done Yo-Yo in that way, but how would you do Quicksilver in that game? Let me know if you've got any ideas, because when he runs about slow, he's available in Super War, and it feels really weird. They've got a lot of his attacks with teleports because he's so fast, but the rest of the time he feels like he's running through jam. He's that slow because he's as slow as the other characters for balance, so yeah, I don't know how they would do him and balance him, but there we go. 100,000 punch up, Black Order. Nice and easy. Were you on console then, Saberwolf, and that you never got Silver Surfer? Because he of course was out on PC. I suppose Future Fight's a kind of a real-time game as well, isn't it? How do they handle it? Do they just make it the fact that when he casts his abilities he just teleports about really quick, but other than that he just runs at the normal speed? I think that's the only way you can really do him. But that's us jumped up a little bit, up to rank 145 now. I don't really push hard in Arena. I normally do my 2 matches and that's about it. Saving up gold. Saving that up for the Spidey milestones when they come round. Let's go in here. Yeah, console. So you had Silver Surfer on PC. You had 2 real builds. You could run with them. You had, one was a beam build, and the longer you'd hold down the beam, the more damage it would do. And the second one was your movement build, where you would get various buffs, and you would just basically just zip around the levels, and it was actually fun. You would just, because you were essentially teleporting, so you could go through walls. So you would just be zipping about the screen, just taking everyone out. That was your 2 builds for him. It wasn't a character I played an awful lot, to be honest. Let's see, I don't want to do that. I need to, I believe, get some mats for some bit of Spidey. It's actually fairly slow, okay. Hela is accessible via villains. I'll check which one it is in just 1 second, but it's via the villains story mode. You can pay a lot of money for it, which I wouldn't recommend. But you can get her through story mode. You're going to have a pretty stacked team in order to get her. Let me have a look. So, villains, and there we go. There she is there. So, chapter 7, 6. That's the one you need to go in and actually do to start farming her. I wonder if they'll bring out time X-Men characters to the Avengers game. Imagine, maybe they will, a few years down the line, bring in an X-Men expansion. Wait till the point where maybe people are getting a little bit tired of it, then announce a huge X-Men expansion and boom, there you go. You've got a ton of people interested and back into the game again. Would actually maybe like to see them take a while. Maybe they'll coincide it with the X-Men coming to MCU, because I don't think they're trying to rush them. And I don't think they should rush the X-Men characters to the Avengers game as well, because there's a whole lot of non-X-Men characters they could do first, which would be really fun, and then it would really give the game another shot in the arm, an expansion. Maybe 2-3 years down the line, bring that in. That'd be pretty awesome. How long till you can grind the Black Order? Well, let's see, what are we doing in regards to the Black Order at the moment? I think it's just all premium orbs and so on, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a fair amount of time, because they are a really pretty exclusive team. They are, you've seen a moment ago, they went up against meta characters in Arena, and they were able to push up 100,000, or punch up 100,000, and they're able to do it pretty easy. So I don't think they're going to want to give people access to a team like that really too quickly. Villain team for campaign. Let me look at my villains first. Have a look. It's difficult because nowadays you've got War, you've got Arena, you've got Blitz. You need to take all them into mind as well. Minerva, if you can get it, of course, is fantastic. Great for Dark Dimension 2. Villains, I would maybe go for a symbiote team. I'd concentrate on your... No, you can't use that. That's not true. Take that back. You're not using symbiote Spidey, so that doesn't work. Villains, maybe a Brotherhood team. Maybe Minerva. They would do you well, to be honest. Let's look at the other teams there. You're not getting healing. It's nice to get some healing somewhere, because then if you need to free star a node, you're able to do it. Maybe actually Mercs could be decent as well for the villains campaign. Mercs got a whole lot of sustain, and they should get you through, or they'll do exceptionally well on your ward defense as well. Mercs are horrible in ward defense. I've went up against something like a 200,000 Mercs with my 400,000 defenders, and I get smashed, which was really annoying. Made me want to just uninstall the game when that happened. I have a Twitch, but I never use it because I don't stream that often, to be honest. I kind of prefer more... I do enjoy streams when I do them, but I kind of prefer more structured content, and I actually like the behind the scenes of creating content a lot of the time, rather than... I don't know. I enjoy both to an extent, but yeah, I'm not somebody that would do too many streams. I like to just do them now and again, really, when there's a special event, which will be that Avengers game in 2 days. That's what this stream is for. There's no special event happening tonight. I don't know the drama going on in the Strike Force community, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, this is just really a test stream for 2 days' time. I suppose you need the Taskmaster event to get the mercs, don't you? There is that. Don't take anything I say as gospel, because it's been a long day. I've had a few Jack Daniels, and I don't spend as much time in the game as I used to. So if I give you some advice on something to do, double check it as well before you actually go in and spend money or spend resources and actually do it. Yeah, war's horrible these days. They've made it really... It was never... Well, I suppose when it first came out, War was really fun for the first few wars. And then it started to get a bit old, and then they started to bring out these silly war defence teams that you can only counter with the next team that comes out. The likes of Shield started with Coulson were pretty ridiculous, and then you had as Guardians being ridiculous, and then it was Red Skull, and now it's Mercs, and the power creep just keeps going through the roof because they're wanting people to keep buying new teams to keep up with War, and so much of the game has kind of been orientated towards it. Look at the X-Force, that's another team that when we tried them out in Blitz, they didn't do well. They're just geared towards your taking down probably your Asgardians or your Mercs in War, and your War defense teams especially. Your painting upgrade teams you don't see, So like your Coulson and your Red Skull, you're putting all these resources in them, and you're not even seeing them. If you could maybe spectate the match, that'd make it a bit more fun to see your defence team smashing somebody. But the fact that you're paying this money, you're sticking them on war defence for once every 2 to 3 days, and that's it, you're leaving them. That's not gameplay for me. It really isn't. Let's see. Hey Magic, how's it going, mate? Yep, Avengers stream will be for the upcoming game. So in 2 days, Nick, they're doing a 2-hour war table stream where they're going to show off multiplayer and loads of other stuff. So what I was thinking to do is actually run a stream watching their stream so I can give my live reactions as we're actually watching it. I'm not sure how that will go, but I'm really hyped for the game. So I was thinking of doing that. Yeah, definitely. And like when War first came out, Lee, it was a case of there was a fair amount of theory crafting in regards to the teams you would actually use, and you would see lots of different teams. Whereas you get into War now, and you go, okay, so I need to save my. Let's see, I'm trying to think off the top of my head here. I need to save my Fantastic Four and Drax for the Asgardians when they come up. I need to save potentially my X-Men for S.H.I.E.L.D. when they come up. I need to save my Black Order for Mercenaries when they come up. I need to save my AIM for the Sinister Six when they come up. And everyone's got the same defensive teams. It's terrible gameplay. Absolutely terrible. And it's too often we need to do it as well. It should be once every... The way it works is you have one on, then one off, and then one on, one off, and then you have one on, and then you get a 2-day break. It should always be a 2-day break in between wars, because sometimes I finish a war and then I look at my phone again and I get a Discord notification that another war's starting, and I'm like, what the heck? I feel like I've just finished war and I need to go back in it again. Yeah, I won't moan too much about it though. Asgardians on defence and war. Definitely. They would work offensively for you as well, but they're a really difficult team defensively on war, especially if you get jacked up Hela, and also it's really somebody has to burn their as their Fantastic Four team to take them out, or once the X-Force team comes out, you need to burn that team if you want to take down the Asgardians in one turn. Otherwise you need to go in with a team first and you're wasting a turn before you actually go in and try and take them out again. Yeah, Magic, she could be pretty cool. I wonder if they'll wait till then to bring Magic into the game. She could be a summon style character like in Marvel Heroes with her summons. That could be pretty fun there, summoning demons and so on. No worries. I might have a little top up here. I'm just about finished. Let me know what content you want to see. Like right now, if you want to see me do a particular mode, or if you want to see me put on some Super War or some Torchlight, or just continue to play Marvel Heroes, or just chat and do some gameplay in the background, some raid gameplay on auto, and just chat and answer questions, just let me know. Let me actually get a top up on this. So I'll be 1 second and I can test out my overlay as well here. Let's see if this works. So let's test out the Be Right Back overlay. There we go. There we go, yeah, that worked. So that's nice. I probably need to update my overlays if I'm going to be playing different games in the Avengers game and so on, but I've got currently your starting stream, your closing stream, and your Be Right Back overlays. It's a really bit of a learning curve when you're doing all this. Streaming and on OBS, as mentioned before, it's not as easy as you would think it would be. At least it's not for me anyway. Try to get everything set up. Will we go for some Super War here for a change? Let me know. Next person that comments gets to decide what we go for. Let me know, Super War or a mode in this. I can go back into raids, something like that. Yep, Super War is a MOBA. I don't know if that'll put you off me showing it. Let me go for this. I don't have a great deal to do in Strike Force, so let me do my overlays and switch over to Super War, see if we can get this nice and seamless here. There we go, I was on mute that whole time. Cheers for that, Alexandra. I said a fair amount there as well. Basically, I'm on the Singapore and Malaysia server, picking up my dailies there. Super War is a kind of game that doesn't require a massive time investment. So it's not like Strike Force where you need to put in, I don't know, 3-6 hours a day, something like that to play. And this, I know I jinxed it by saying that, it was all going too well. But with this, you can actually do 3 matches, and if you play well in those 3 matches, that's enough to get your dailies done for the day, and it'll give you a decent amount of credits to unlocking characters. Characters that are in it, I've got the vast majority unlocked. Just unlocked Thanos recently. He's the only character that could be argued he is behind a paywall. But other than that, all the other ones you can unlock quickly enough. But here they all actually are. There's a fair amount. Some of them might look a bit odd because I've got their alternative costumes on. But there really is a fair amount of characters in it. I'll show them off. I'll do a PvE match rather than PvP as well. So that's the 4 I don't have unlocked. Daredevil, Ghost, Mysterio and Namor. But other than that, I've got all the rest. Still nothing on global launch, unfortunately, which is a pain. Because I think a lot of people they're just sitting about at the moment. Not everyone, but some people are just stuck in the house at the moment, so it would be good to have it. Character-wise, with the ones I just showed off, I'll scroll down again. What character do you want to see if I go into a match? Some of them can be really quite difficult to play, so just to warn you, if you come up with a suggestion for a character, and if they're one of the more advanced ones, I'll tell you no, because it won't be fun to see me actually play that character at all. So you've got different proficiencies for them. A lot of different costumes and all that as well, which look really nice. I do really enjoy Hawkeye in it. You can see if I get into the characters actually. Yeah, definitely missed that window opportunity. When you get into characters, you can see next to their actual type where it says energy for Iron Man. Jubilee, your boy Clint, I'll go for that. Yeah, no Wolverine. Wolverine is in the opening cutscene, fighting Hulk. I'm going to go for Clint. I'll go for Gambit actually. That's a compromise. Gambit's quite... do you know what? I'll do a few matches. I'll jump in with Clint first, because I should do well with him. I'm just doing PvE here. Well, I suppose the character I can choose to go depends on when you get into a match. If no one's played a MOBA before, other people will choose the characters they're wanting, and they maybe might choose the type of character I'm wanting, which means I don't want to duplicate, so I might need to go a different role. Yeah, Strikeforce could really... They could rake it in if they had skins, but it's just whether or not they go the cosmetic route or they go the route of making characters stronger. Who knows what they'll go for, but yeah, I thought they would have done it for now, and I would have preferred to see them add skins to the game, cosmetic only skins to the game, rather than the likes of Red Stars. They could have absolutely made it. Skins are cosmetic only, thankfully, in this game. Might change... Does it change any animations? I don't think it really does. Change the colours of the animations and so on. Might change some of the voices, but other than that, let's put the sound up a bit here. Right, we'll see how everyone else is going. If anyone's going to accept here, a lot of times you won't have your last player accept and it'll jump you back to the lobby again. Can be quite quiet at certain times as well, due to the servers we're on. I think a lot of people in that region are actually in their bed right now. I'm going to go back to the main menu while we're queuing, and I'll show off some costumes. So you've got 4 here. That's your classic costume. Your Infinity War one actually got a rework recently, and they got that opening when he comes in, which is amazing. I want to see that again. There we go. Look at that. That's awesome. Right, that was just that. Back in again, hopefully. There we go, 10 out of 10. That's good fun, definitely. And we'll see what the other people choose. Let's see. So someone's went middle lane, top. Someone's chosen Hawkeye. What I'm actually going to go for, I'm going to go for a role known as jungling. I'll go in the middle here. For Thanos, I need to change his gear. There is definitely a bit of a steep learning curve. If you've never played a game like this, you'll be like, what the heck is going on? So with the role, you can see there's 5 different characters and they all occupy different lanes. There's 3 different lanes in the game. Your top, your mid and your bottom. And then you've got Thanos, who's in the middle here almost. So what I do is I roam around the map and I look for characters with low health and then I just smash them up. Not too bad for the battery. The game doesn't look as nice as this when we play the full game, Lee. The actual character models look incredible. When we get into the game, it's a lot more basic looking, just to warn you in advance here. Hawkeye via Green versus Green Arrow. Don't know enough about Green Arrow, to be honest. Not other than Batman and so on, from a DC perspective, I don't know a great amount. In a moment, I'll be heads down, concentrating here. It's a bit of a slower, well, I say it's a slower paced game. It's a fast paced game, but it can be slow at starting up your matches. You want to be patient when you start playing it. You don't want to jump in too fast. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. It's just a reskin of your League of Legends and is it Dawn of the Ancients and so on. So it'll be very similar. If you play the mobile game, it'll be very similar. If you've not, there is definitely a huge learning curve, but it's a learning curve I went through because this was the first MOBA I've actually played. So I will be looking, global launch, fingers crossed, I'll be looking to do a lot of beginners style videos because I imagine there'll be a lot of people attracted to the Marvel IP and they won't have a clue what jungling means, what minions mean and so on. And that's where I'll hopefully have some useful videos for it. Here we go. So unlock our first ability here. So you can see the characters go down all their different lanes. And what I do with this role I'm playing is I want to take out, in a moment, at 30 seconds, you'll have some enemies spawn and they give us various different buffs. It's very similar to other MOBAs. To be honest, it's just a reskin of many of them. Here we go. A few seconds. And there we go. So we'll start firing off our abilities as well. So this role I'm playing, I want to take out these minions as quickly as I can. That will level me up and it will give me buffs. Once I've got enough buffs, then I start jumping into the fray and going up against other characters. Now Thanos is really fun to show off because Thanos he gets infinity gems. There we go. And a lot of his abilities have got like 2 actions to them. There we go. Yeah, 5 versus 5, Lee. It's Marvel Super War, Dominic. It's only out in select Asian regions at the moment, but if you download an APK and what have you, you can go in and you can download it. So as you play, you can see I've got 4 abilities. As you play the match, you'll be upgrading them and unlocking them. You don't get them all straight away. And if you want to see what an ability does, you hold it down. And you can see there's a fair amount going on with the abilities here. And then when you defeat any characters, there's somebody else stealing the minions I would normally take out here to level up. In a moment, you can see at the right hand side of the map, Hawkeye is attacking Hela. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to support them in a moment and hopefully take them out. Hey Morgan, how's it going? Not seen you in a long time. Here we go, let's jump in here now, see how we do. Thanos is a bit of a beast, so I should do a decent amount of damage here. Come on, there we go, Hawkeye down, Cloak and Dagger I'm not going to take out. You can see I was taking a lot of damage there, so you've got your turrets and it's all about taking down. Each lane has got 3 turrets and it's about taking them down, but if you go into the range of a turret and you don't have your minions, or if you attack an enemy hero within their own turret range, then you'll take a huge amount of damage and you'll get downed really quick. So what I want to do is my little minions are going to start spawning again in a second. So I want to run in. Cheers Smokey, thanks for popping in mate. Have a good sleep. Have a good day at work tomorrow as well. Oh, a Lord of the Rings MOBA? I didn't realise it was one of them. That would have been pretty awesome. Yeah, Thanos is just going about punching rhinos and stuff like that. Definitely a different version of Thanos. So once we get a few more levels, we'll get to actually upgrade one of his gems. And you can choose, and you add in a modifier to your free skills. Yeah, the tower does a fair amount of damage. Need to be careful with that. And basically, there we go, I've unlocked the final ability there, so I get to unlock, I'll go for this one here. So I'm getting one of the stones. Not sure which stone that was, but that will help out. And I'm going to go over, probably a little bit late here to provide support to Hela, because the characters she was attacking have pulled back, which means they're now in the turret. So let me actually just smash these guys to help out. Then we're going to roam about. This is known as the jungle, where I'm roaming about at the moment. And we're just looking for an opportunity to gank another character. Oh, I can't even imagine what the casino stream would be like tonight, Morgan. Jeez, yeah. That's just not for me. All that drama. Thanos, the foe of rhinos and huge spiders everywhere. Come on, I'm trying to find some... Do you know what? I can actually go... If I take out some minions here, I can help them push towards the turret and take out the turret. That's what it's all about. You want to take out the turret so you can push further. There we go. You've got Iceman there. I can hopefully just attack the turret, take it out, and then once it's taken out I can quickly smash Iceman. Come on, I'm going to take a lot of damage. There we go, damage. Now what I need to do from here, run, get defeated, quickly teleport back. I think, don't quote me because I'm new to MOBAs, but as jungler I'm just kind of ganking wherever I can really, to be honest. Try to keep the buffs up for my team and just ganking whenever I see the opportunity. I don't think there's a specific lane. If you get an opportunity to gank, then you take it. But again, far from a MOBA expert. First MOBA I've ever played. Don't quote me. Farmer Thanos protecting his crops. Indeed. I'm really not getting much opportunity. I'm looking at the map here, and there's not much opportunity cropping up. So Angel is taking on one of the larger bosses, and he's just defeated it. That was a bit on the slow side there. Here's Cloak and Dagger. Let's sneak behind. And let's go in and smash her, hopefully. There we go. Who do we take out? We take out Iceman, actually, there. And then we can hopefully... Cloak and Dagger just got away. This is just the computer I'm playing against here. When you're playing against other people, it's very different. It's different, Morgan. It's worth trying once it does come out. Or when and if, hopefully, it does come out. So you can see on the map a little circle, which means there's a buff available. That's what your jungler character's doing. They're ganking characters and they're going around the map collecting all your buffs. So there we go. And here's the Executioner. Smashed him there. Thanos is really strong. And then let's go back to... We can take on Surtur at some point. Whatever lane is pushing closer to your team's tower. I'm definitely learning, so it's the kind of game when it does come out, I'd maybe streaming, I'd be looking for tips from people as well. I've been playing it about 4 months, and I still feel I'm learning more stuff on it. Like right now, should I be pushing more with my team, or should I still be just kind of leveling a bit? Not available yet, unfortunately. You can download the APK if you're on Android. Download the APK via APK Pure. If you're on, let me see, I'm getting our gem here. We'll go for this one here. If you're on iOS, you just change your store, I believe. Mid is the most farm. Yeah. In mid you go your AoE characters because they'll get a lot of minions to take out and they'll level up pretty quick. I know that much. And your mid characters will support the left and right lanes when they're quieter. That's my understanding of how the middle lane goes. That's your energy still characters in this game. Let's start to push now. Thanos is really tanky, so I can jump in a bit, take some blows that would normally take out other characters, and there we go. There, Angel was providing me with backup. Let's see, I'll jump forward again, see if we can take out anyone. And then I'm going to quickly jump back, so I took a fair amount of damage there, and I'll catch up with chat as well. Yeah, Thanos looks great the way he walks. A lot of characters run, he just walks, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, definitely, I'll let you know, Lee. There'll be lots of videos coming if it does go global. They've got, costume-wise, there's something like 95 costumes in the game, or 95 skins, and I've actually done videos for 93 of them. So if anyone's wanting to see a skin in action before they play, fingers crossed I've got you covered. Yeah, it can be a bit of a pain to change your story. Don't want to mess around with that in case it messes anything up. Yeah, mages go mid. Mages are essentially your energy class in this game, like your Scarlet Witch and so on. I'm going to go round here and I'm going to push and destroy this turret. There we go. Got destroyed anyway. And you can see this ability here on Thanos has been upgraded, so it's hitting harder. We could try and see, let's see if everyone will pull towards Surtur. So what happens? End the match. What would happen is you defeat Surtur, he's a big boss, and then you can actually summon him. But the match finished before then. I'll do another character, and then I'll maybe finish up soon. Looks like the stream's all worked, which is good anyway. And again, this is a test for the streaming the Avengers stream, which is coming in 2 days' time. Yeah, exactly. Your top is your tank characters, and your bottom will be your support and your marksman. I really like playing Mantis. I play her a fair bit. She's support, and she'll support the marksman characters. Yeah, you buy items as the match goes on, and then when the match restarts, you're losing all your items, and you're restarting again from scratch. Let's go in once again here, do another match. It's probably a more fun game to actually stream than Strike Force, because it's real kind of fights going on in real time, but the problem is it's hard to keep track of chat when you've got when you're having to keep an eye on the actual match as well. We'll see what characters are left here for what one I'll go. Let's have a look. Now you got Storm in mid. I was wanting to go Scarlet Witch or Iron Man there. I can go Hawkeye actually. Where is he? So if I select bottom, Hawkeye. Somebody's went him unfortunately, but they're not going the bottom lane. I'll go. I don't want to do jungle again. I'll go Mantis. So she'll help out. She's your healer. Cheers. See you later. Nice to see you popping in, Morgan. Yeah, I think if you've played MOBA games before, then you've definitely got a head start with this style of game. It's very much copy and paste of all the other MOBA style games. No real account progression. You get gold, which you can use to unlock characters. Skins are all locked behind real money unlocks, but other than that, yeah, you could have somebody go in day number 1 and they'll, apart from the character unlocks, they'll have the same progression in a way, so they won't have fell behind or anything. I unlocked the wrong ability there. I should have unlocked the health regen. You can see that Mantis has only got 3 abilities, rather than Thanos who had 4. So she's a simpler character now. Hopefully Hawkeye should come down the bottom here and help me out. So I can do a little quick command and see I need help. Because Hawkeye should be coming down the middle. Storm's in the right place. Let's bring up the map. Storm's in the middle. You have Ant-Man who should be kind of roaming the map right now and getting the buffs, but he's not doing that. Hawkeye looks to be AFK. Or AFK even. They're an EFK. Right, so I'm going to have to just do what I can to keep the minions back here until Hawkeye moves his butt. If he's AFK long enough, then the computer should take over from him. Ah, there we go, and he's going a different lane. What the heck? This is one of the problems you get. A lot of players that just don't have a clue what they're doing. Right now I'm a support healer character, and I'm taking on 2 characters in the bottom lane. I don't have anyone supporting me at all, so I'll keep spamming that I need help, and hopefully someone will actually take notice of that. This is a special skin for Mantis as well. This is one of your season pass skins. I'm not sure when it releases globally what they'll do for these particular skins. This is a season pass one. You do need to buy the season pass. It's about $8, but you get more than that back from it. And if you play loads of matches during a 45-day period, you unlock a special skin as well. This one looks pretty nice for her. Different animations and so on. I'm not playing massively well because no one's supporting me. There's Hawkeye now. No, it's not. Yeah, that's their Hawkeye. No one's supporting me, and I'm trying to read chat as well. This is actually a good showcase. What happens when you have a team that doesn't have a clue what they're doing and doesn't support you. Just makes me really quite ineffective here. So you get 3 characters at the top and no one down here. The thing definitely looks like a jobby. You obviously watch my videos if you're saying that, because every time I do a thing video I need to comment on the fact he looks like a big jobby. Yeah, support will help out the marksman. So what should be happening right now is Hawkeye should be down the bottom. Let me quickly send a message if I can. Let's see if Hawkeye actually joins me. Can't spell bottom. Right, we'll see if they come down to help out. Otherwise we're going to lose our turret pretty soon and then they can push. Mantis is actually a really fun character when you've got a good marksman behind you carrying you and you can push forward and you're just constantly healing them. When you don't, it's just not fun. You can see I'm not doing enough a lot here. Yeah, this is not good. We've had 3 deaths and we've lost 3 times as well, and this is against the AI. Being the big jobby. Such a great Scottish word. There he goes, his jobby going in to smash everyone up. There's Iron Man there. So you'll see this will be a much slower match because we don't actually have a really proficient team. Hawkeye clearly doesn't have a clue what he's doing. We don't have a jungler still character as well, so getting his buffs, so we're actually missing out a whole lot there. There we go. I'll stick with Storm. They seem to have a bit of an idea what they're doing. The fact they went mid. Storm's pretty powerful. If I can back her up with some healing. Although there's Ant-Man down the bottom now pushing, which is where genuinely I should be. I'll maybe go down for now and I'll support Ant-Man. So you need to keep an eye on the map all the time. Let's see, there he is there. Let's see what he does. See if he'll hopefully push forward a bit now. He looks pretty awesome as well. You see he goes huge. There we go. There he is there. Yeah, there we go. That's a big difference. So you can see the difference there when you've got a support helping out a fighter style character. What's the best thing to do, Lee, when you're playing support and you do have a teammate which doesn't actually join the lane? Are you best just to try and hold them off and slow them down from your turret, or are you better joining another character to heal them? What would you go for? Because again, very much learning with all this. I'm going to pull back here. I'll recall all the way back. You've got your other big healer characters, Cloak and Dagger. So Mantis is doing your single target heals and Cloak and Dagger is doing your AoE heals. Let's see if Storm starts to push here. Okay, I got an awesome move with Mantis where I can... There's Quicksilver. I was trying to slow him down. He managed to break free from it. It's not a really good move. Yeah, mage support can hold her on, but healing support, best just to shift lane and support out a damage dealer. So you can see I'm keeping Storm in the fight here anyway. Normally she would have had to pull back by now, because I suppose you are right. Keep your damage dealers pushing forward. I think when and if it does launch globally, there's going to be a lot of people that just don't have the slightest clue what they should be doing. There's nothing against them. I'm new to the game, I didn't have a clue when I started it either. But hopefully they watch some videos, preferably my videos, before they go in and they start playing. Let's try to take down the turret here. Managed to do it. Let's see, it shouldn't be long. This match will be over. And then from there, we're closing in the 2-hour mark on the stream at an hour 40, which is longer than I expected. So I'll make this a final match here. It's getting late as well. It's after 12 now. And then I should see y'all for a stream in 2 days' time for the Avengers. That should hopefully be a really exciting one. Let's see. Now at this point, Lee, should I push back? Should we try and push back and get the other turrets, or you better just to push forward? Because I'm always tempted to pull back and get the other turrets to apply extra pressure. But I'm not sure if that's the best thing to actually do. You can give me advice, Lee. There we go, turret's down now anyway. There we go, there's the big job he teleported in. And that's us. That was nice and easy. Done. There we go. Yeah, go for their turrets and apply more pressure. If there are people who weren't doing it in your team, would you use a marksman or would you use as a support? Even if I could push his mantis and destroy the turrets, would I still go down and do them, or should I be sticking with the team and supporting them other than going for the turrets? If they aren't going for the turrets, let me know. Okay, but if you're close to go for the game. There really is so much to learn. Like I say, a huge learning curve on it. But fun. No worries, Brian. I'm going to go in a minute as well, but thanks for popping in, mate. There we go. I think I'll finish up. Like I say, it's 12:15 here. Pretty tired. And we've tested out the stream. It all works. All the overlays work and everything. So that was pretty good. And there was a good amount of you popping in as well, which was good to see. You all some old faces from a while back. Group with the team defence. What if I find a little drink, then we'll finish up. Yeah, I'm going to go do a quick 10 minutes of Torchlight just to see it on my own, but thanks everyone for popping in. As mentioned, this was a test stream, so I will see you in 2 days' time for the Avengers live stream of that. And as mentioned, it's good to see a few old names I've not seen in a while in the stream, and it was fun. I hope you had fun as well. And yeah, cheers, catch you all later, and thanks for popping in. Let's try this closing segment now, see if we can get this right.